Hey everybody, I am practicing a new song that I wrote for the Elia band called Eusebius, and I got inspired to make a little video about how I wrote it. Eusebius is the name that Schumann gave to one of his personalities. That was the introverted personality. He had another personality called Florestan that was the more extroverted one. He actually signed different compositions, sometimes with a little E or an F, to tell you which one of these personalities wrote these pieces. So I've been playing the Schumann scenes from childhood, which is a set of short piano pieces. Someone said it's an older person reminiscing about their childhood. And there are two really beautiful ones. There's one called Almost Too Serious. It goes like this. Starts out like that. And there's another one, Child Falling Asleep, that goes like this. Then it goes into the major section. So I combined these two pieces, and I just kind of ripped off his harmonies. You know what they say, bad composers borrow and good composers steal. So I stole his chords, and I wrote a tune called Eusebius, and the first one begins in G sharp minor, where the first is... Interesting kind of syncopated rhythm he did. I put it into a rhythm I've heard from Brazil, and we were debating in the band what to call it. Some of this is a little bit what they call samba canção. It's a tired samba, a little bit like a bossa nova, but just this very kind of kind of feeling, and a lot of Brazilian music is guitar based, and I think a lot of this romantic piano music is guitar based too. So I wrote another melody to his chords and put this semi kind of Brazilian feel accompaniment to it. It came out like this. So that's the first part. I'm going to skip it and then go to the second part. I went to this, based on his second piece in E minor. Back to the first in a different key. But I kind of grabbed some elements from Brazilian music that I like. There's a wonderful song by Leila Pinheiro called Catavento by Ginga, and it's the feel. It starts with this kind of feel. And then the second part, these chords, it's almost like Astor Piazzolla, a little bit of tango. These harmonies, these very poignant minor, almost dissonant harmonies. E minor flat 6, and then going to B7 flat 9 over E, which keeps the same two notes with a different chord. Very emotional. It gives a kind of feeling of a tension, a poignance, which Schumann was really all about. And then going back to resolving it. And one interesting thing about as I play over it and study playing over it, I refine the chords and I keep changing them. For example, the first section ended before. And then it goes goes to the second section. As I played it, I wanted to differentiate more, so I changed this chord to this. It's subtle, but it's a little different from this. So when you go here, you hear it more specifically. When I first had the second part, I was changing the roots of the chords. And then I put what they call a pedal tone. I just kept the E in the bass. It gives it a more feeling of you've entered this other emotional territory. With the E always in the bass, gives you this feeling of entering another emotional territory. The E hammering there as the chords change. And then finally changing. These are the kind of subtleties that the classical composers worked with, all about creating emotion through chords and melody. So this is a little more technical video about how I compose. Hope you enjoy it, and this is the tune Eusebius that will be on the Alaya CD. Thanks for tuning in.